Welcome to Show Entertainment. It's your boy Lauren Parks, and we are reacting to another episode of Secret Invasion. This episode's called Promises. Let's get right into it. Oh, we're staying in the past, 1997. Okay. We still in Moscow? Oh, in Brixton, London. Okay.
Lara.
So another DA, Sam
Thank you,
Jackson. They're
Huey.
really flaunting this.
I'd like you to meet someone. This is Gravik.
Oh no, he knew him? Okay, so there's a past.
He escaped from behind enemy lines, piloted a ship all on his own. He is smart, Fury. Knows how to survive.
He's a bad man
We
pajama.
could use someone like him.
He's a child. Gravik. Sorry to hear about your
The
parents.
de-aging looks good.
They died a brilliant death.
I'm sure they did.
I'm not afraid.
Hey, something like that'll get
I
you
can
pretty
see
focused.
it.
I mean, it worked on Batman.
Ever since you rephrase that. Almost ever since I met Talos, I believed that humans and Skrulls can help each other. This is the promise. While you work to keep my home safe, Carol Danvers and I will find you a new one. Who'll be first to take the pledge?
Wow, so it was a trade. So they felt like they did their thing. They felt like they fulfilled what was requested of them for 30 years.
You have a courageous mother.
And Nick Fury and Carol Danvers didn't deliver. That's a shame. And they live in such a slowed down way that I'm sure most of these original people are still active and they remember. Slow in the sense of aging.
Разыскивается опасный преступник в поезде с сообщением Москва-Санкт-Петербург рейсом 425. Будьте внимательны и
Чем могу вам помочь?
Мы ищем одного человека. Чернокожий американец. Видели у кого-нибудь похожего?
Чернокожий, американец. В поезде
Keep saying a
Москва-Варшава.
black American. You want to say African American?
Здесь больше шансов.
I like the suit. You looking fly.
Tell me something I don't know.
That was one of her favorites.
One time she said,
Tell me something I don't know about you and Susie. Me and Susie had a standing game of doctor. We've been playing behind old man Jackson's barn. Suffice it to say, I wasn't about to tell her about that.
"Oh, I made up something crazy."
Me and Susie saw a bullfrog with polka dots.
You want to go a few rounds?
Sure.
Tell me something I don't know about the destruction of Skrullos.
They're here.
Who's here?
All of us.
Wait.
A million?
You're telling me there's a million Skrulls walking amongst us right now? Have you lost your reptilian ass mind?
What would you have done?
This ain't about me.
Oh, right, but you're fine using us as your spies and your errand boys, long as it's on your terms.
The host gets to set the terms of the visitation.
What happens
True,
when
too.
the host disappears? Huh? Because you were gone. And I didn't think you were coming back. I really didn't. And you know what? Even when you did come back, there was no talking to you about anything real. My hope is that with your help, Skrulls and humans can coexist here on Earth.
Humans can't coexist with each other, Talos. You've been here long enough to know that. We've been at war with each other since we could walk upright.
There's not enough room or tolerance on this planet for another species.
Damn, that's deep.
Matter of fact, neither is this train compartment. I think this is your stop.
On Earth, we could barely deal with ourselves. We don't know what we would do if we genuinely, actively knew that there was another species that could look like us, that could look like anything.
She died in Moscow. We were there trying to stop the attack. Someone set a trap.
For her?
Oh, for me. Someone wanted to hurt me. So they hurt her.
You're Nick Fury. Maria believed in you. She would have followed you to the gates of hell and back.
How did you know Fury would be there?
I didn't. Well, not to a certainty. But I hoped.
You wait.
Yeah, that's not happening. Grab it.
I'm not out in an hour. Shoot him in the head. Kajushat Mushamp, Picho Hagnas Kazak, Wun Hepuk Mich Ungal, Garuma Achwar Mij Nas Kazak, Pech Nas Pashach.
He's gonna take it? Okay.
I think so.
To a degree, this feels like a story that should be much bigger than this TV show or something with multiple seasons.
Unlike the last war,
that
each
also
of us around
interconnects
this
with the
table
movies
for
because this is
I'm not
huge.
gonna lose
They're
this
really
one.
trying to take over the Earth.
Humans are doomed.
And what happens if the Avengers return?
You don't think I thought about that?
Return.
Well,
So
you're
they're
thinking
definitely not active. I didn't think they were, but no representatives at all.
Your loyalty will be repaid.
All those in favor of Gravik as our new general will submit.
Thank you, sir.
Without you, this wouldn't be possible.
Rhodey.
Colonel, are you denying that two of your citizens, Mr. Nicholas Fury and Miss Maria Hill, were present in Moscow at the scene of the attacks?
We are aware of allegations that Mr. Fury and Ms. Hill may have traveled to Moscow, which, if true, at any rate, would have been in their capacity as private citizens. So,
How do you explain Mr. Fury's presence in Moscow?
alleged.
The girl who did that was from
alleged
Sokovia.
presence, madam. Slovakia rolls its eyes at me one more time. I'm going to put on the suit and carpet bomb it.
Why are you here?
Oh, Slovakia. I thought it's Sokovia. Because I was like, did they redo it?
Surely President Ritson is aware
They rebuilt
of
the
the
country?
seriousness
Never
with
mind.
which his international partners regard this allegation.
Now, while we are sensitive to your concerns, until such time as you can present an actual shred of evidence to back those concerns up, I'm afraid sensitivity is all you're going to be getting from us.
Let them know, brother. I always thought it would be cool if Rhodey was the Skrull, but his swag during this episode, man, I want that brother to just be that brother. You feel me?
So how long have you known about them?
About 15 years ago, I was part of an eyes-only top-secret presentation. It's about a shape-shifting alien species that had sent a few of its light ships crashing down to Earth.
So 2010.
The Pentagon was concerned that they might get it into their heads to invade us one day. From the
Right
inside.
after
That invasion
Iron Man 2.
is real. It's happened.
That's not possible.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, but it's true. And here's the crazy part. We're being invaded and we can't even tell who the invaders are. Moscow was just the beginning.
Maybe we should call our friends.
No, we can't jump the gun on that. You know, we get them in a fight with the Skrulls, and next thing you know, they find themselves duplicated and turned into terrorists.
Fury.
This is my war, Brody.
Yeah,
I need you to back me on this.
They can turn into the Avengers.
Ain't no can in our business. There's only what you can do and what you will not do.
You're right. I should have said, I'm not doing it.
Colonel Rhodes will let you know when he's ready to go.
The car's for you, Fury. These men are gonna escort you outside, then you're going to the airport.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I had travel plans.
I made them on your behalf.
Have you even listened to a word that I've said?
Yeah, I have. The world is on the line. The enemy is 1,000,000 times more dangerous than Hydra, but they can only be vanquished by you, alone. And you want me to make the power mean something by helping a brother out. But you should know better than most. The reason we wrestled this power from mediocre men who don't look like us was not simply to turn around and hand it to mediocre men who do. The point of this power is to be uncompromising, to be unsparing, to be able to sit across from a man we greatly admire, with whom we share an entire professional, personal, ancestral history with, and to tell him without any reservation that he's fired. That's what this moment right here, right now is about, Nick.
Wow.
Hey, is it you to fire me?
Nobody sent me. I volunteered. And not to put too fine a point on this, but that mess that you created in Moscow that resulted in getting one of our best people murdered, you earned all this smoke, brother.
Get your hands off me.
Move. Are you seriously under the impression that just because you stripped me of my titles, I relinquished my DNA?
Careful, Fury. And you wonder why you're out.
I'm Nick Fury. Even when I'm out,
I'm in.
I'm in.
I knew he was gonna say that.
Эта дверь была заперта.
Yes, and now that the door is unlocked, what does that tell you about me and doors?
Alone at last.
Now, shall we do this the easy way or the other way?
I'm gonna break these chains, and then I'm gonna break every bone in your body.
The other way it is.
Whoa! Yikes!
Well, now that's confirmed.
Groot? Frostbeat? Call Obsidian? Extremis?
Checking the progress of our newest recruit.
Move, girl, like your hat's on fire. Ooh, it moves fast.
He's building a machine.
What kind of machine?
I think it's to make us stronger.
Oh, he is trying to turn them into Super Skrulls. I know that. I know for sure. Now you're gonna catch the door to get the ding on the other side? Because you're just gonna let it close. Oh, it's wide open. Okay.
Sounds like your lift is here.
What'd you tell him?
Nothing, just lies.
Nothing. Just lies.
That's all, I swear.
Aren't you forgetting something?
He's married? Married to a scroll.
Almost.
Okay. He's in and out of this situation. All right, party people. Let's think about this. So, there's a couple of things to point out. Huge line in saying that I have something prepared for if the Avengers show up. I think he's turning regular scrolls into super scrolls. I'm pretty confident that from what I read when I was younger, in the comics, where there were different tiers, like different scrolls had different abilities. You also gained stronger abilities as you grew up. So like kids weren't that good at shape-shifting compared to adults. But super scrolls were on a different level. They can manipulate, they can basically absorb the powers of someone else. Like for instance, if you wanted to become Iron Man, you would use Iron Man's equipment because Iron Man doesn't have any innate powers. But you could look at someone like Spider-Man and gain his powers. Look at Thor and gain his powers. It'd be awful if it's a Hulk. Now, let's say we already showed that they did the Extremis is connected with someone, and though Extremis was something that's biological, there's not an Extremis villain per se, but that's huge. We saw Collapsidian, which means that's pure strength power. He's big. We also have Groot, which is a manipulation of turning your limbs into all kinds of stuff, because it's all basically it's like environmental based. You're a tree. You have roots, you can grow. You can regrow limbs if they're cut off. That's insane. Oh, I forgot the fourth one, but there's 4 huge ones that we really have to relook into that. And then the crazy part is Fury kind of knows that, because that's why he said we can't bring the Avengers in too early, because we basically set ourselves up for failure, because if they start to manipulate them, we could have a second Captain America, a second Hawkeye, a second Captain Marvel. Everyone else who's a part of it. We don't want to bring them in too early, which is great for money and keeping the show small. But logically makes sense, because you don't want these super scrolls turning into the Avengers and not only taking over the Avengers because they have to do that battle against battle, which kind of nullifies them, but there's also way more scrolls than there are superheroes. So what if we had 2 scrolls, super scrolls, become a member of the Avengers? Imagine 5 Hulks. It's a wrap for us. So we couldn't do that at all. Not even a little bit. But that's insane. The other thing is Fury's always been in it. So he, for years, has been connected to the woman who brought in Gravik. That looked like the same scroll brought in Gravik. She's giving Fury a human version of a beautiful wife that he wanted. But they still built the relationship here. And he is married to a scroll. That is one of the biggest surprises of the episode. And that means he's in deep. He's still connected to Talos, but he kicked Talos to the side. He said, because you left this out, there's way more scrolls to deal with, because even though he trusts the good scrolls, he doesn't know everyone. The same way he's well aware of how society is on Earth, on this planet, where, man, we have infighting just in the United States. And then countries fight each other. What's going to happen when you have scrolls, but then you also have angry scrolls who are here, who got a promise that wasn't fulfilled? Then you have evil scrolls who can come in. Both of those categories is absolutely going to be way more than the good scrolls here who are just trying to survive and need a home. And they look like us. They would love to look like themselves, but they look like us to kind of keep the peace, to be accepted. This is deep. I'm loving Secret Invasion so far. It's a very smart concept. I know they're going to wrap it up in a pretty bow, but I feel like this is a show that deserves multiple seasons. We got to keep going with this. Even if we cut down one, I feel like there's multiple Gravik type elements. If there's 1 million Skrulls here, he can't be the only person who thinks the way he thinks. He's probably just the catalyst. And you know for sure other people. In the trailer, it looked like he had the Groot arm. But I was like, I don't know, maybe that was a similar power. We just got the confirmation that that's Groot. So I need to see if he met Groot before, if he met Cull Obsidian, was somehow he was involved in the... Oh, let me think about it. So if he was involved in the battle for Wakanda in Infinity War, guess who was there? Cull Obsidian and Groot. Extremis, Iron Man 3. Guess who was there? Rhodey. War Machine. What if War Machine's a Skrull and he's a bad Skrull, he had the opportunity to meet all of these people, gather their DNA to create Super Skrulls, to make him a Super Skrull himself. Think about the end. Think about the end of Infinity War. I don't know. Something to think about. That just popped into my head. It may be true, but I can't wait to find out. So I do believe that this is actually 6 episodes. So we're a third away there. Episode 3 is next week. That's going to be our halfway point. Usually that's what sums up this concept. There's going to be a killer ending, and then the last 3 are going to be the jump to find out what's going on next. So I can't wait. Please keep watching, subscribe, share, comment, ring the bell to get notified when there's new episodes. Go through this journey with me. I'm going to react to everything. You know, I'm not just here for nerd culture. I'm here for Black culture. I'm here for hip hop. I'm here for comedy. I'm here for everything that's within the pop culture realm, because for what I like to say, I want to make sure I focus on the culture part of pop culture. Okay? So this is Show Entertainment. I'm Lauren Parks. Please come back. I'll see you next time.